What is currently happening, programs? Today I'm going to cover off how to clean your VR headset lenses the easy way, so you can safely remove everything from light smudges to heavy gunk. I'll also show you what causes lens fogging, how to prevent it, and chuck in a couple of essential tips to clarify your virtual world. So if you want to see the light in crystal clarity, then stay locked, enjoy, and I hope it helps. So there's 2 degrees of lens filth and both require different approaches. The first is light smudges, which can easily be removed with a microfiber cloth and regular care. The second is hearty grime, like hair care product, makeup, fake tan, spills, and whatever else you can stick to your lenses. First, let's look at the lighter side of lens cleaning to keep the surface of your lenses scatter-free. For this, you'll need an air mover of some description to blow dust safely off of your VR headset lenses. This will stop dust particles from sitting on your lenses while you wipe them and prevent those particles from potentially scratching your lenses and ruining the image you see in VR on a more permanent basis. And there are 3 types you can get. Either a rubber air blower, which you squeeze manually and is the cheapest option, a compressed air can, which automates that process somewhat and is also useful for cleaning out your PC, which sits in the mid-price bracket, or an electric compressed air blower, which does both of those things at an initially more expensive price point, but over a year or so will actually work out cheaper. The approach is the same for all 3, and I've put links in the description below where you can find all of them on Amazon. Whatever you decide, and I use the compressed air cans, blow the dust off your VR headset lenses first and foremost, making sure to blow across the surface of the lens and not directly at it. Also, give the inside of the facial interface a quick blast where dust may be trapped as well. Once you have cleared your headset of dust particles, the next thing you'll need to pick up is a good microfiber lens cloth, and the best one I've ever found by a long shot is the Magic Fiber cloth that I've been using for over the past 3 years. Any microfiber cloth will technically do, but I can absolutely recommend this one, and there is a link in the description below where you can get a 6-pack for $9 from Amazon, and I've had my 6-pack for over a year and it's still going strong. With your microfiber cloth, apply a very small amount of pressure and lightly move the cloth in a circular motion, starting at the center of your lens, moving outward. Gently increase the pressure if required to remove more stubborn lens smears. In between circuits, it can be beneficial to tilt the headset at different angles to make sure that the light in your room is illuminating every smear that you'll want to clean off. And you can do this process as many times as you need to get your lenses clean. Simple as that. If, however, you have more heavy-duty smears or scuffs from things like hair product from sitting your headset on your head between sets, food-covered finger smears, or whatever, you'll want to use a pre-moistened wipe which is damp to the touch. And the ones I've used the past 3 years are the ones from Zeiss. Now, these do contain isopropyl alcohol, which in some circles is not recommended, as there is a potential that alcohol wipes may hurt your lenses over time. In saying that, this approach shouldn't be a part of your daily lens cleaning routine. Only do it when the microfiber cloths can't remove a scuff without more pressure than is sensible, and you'll know what that feels like when you come across it. Me, I end up doing this once every month or so. Also, I'm 3 years deep with these lens wipes and I haven't seen a mark or sign of perceivable image degradation at all. In fact, they've been a lifesaver in sticky situations. You can find a link in the description below to the exact Zeiss lens wipes that I use, but if you'd like to try an alternative wipe, that's fine too. And if you do find one you like, post it in the description below for others to see. Before we use the moistened lens wipe, first make sure you use an air blower like I showed you before to remove any loose dust particles from your headset lenses. Then lightly apply the Zeiss lens cleaner and gently go around in circles, moving from the center of the lens outward. If a little extra pressure is required for tougher smudges and grime, then that's fine, but start light and only give a little extra if required. Once you are done, give the lens a moment to dry and then give it a quick top up using the microfiber cloth method I covered before. This time though, you won't hardly need any pressure at all. And that's how you clean your VR headset lenses. Now let's move on to preventing lens fogging. Lens fogging occurs when the room you're in is cooler than your face or the air coming out of your nose when you breathe, which causes condensation to form on the lens. And there are two approaches I use to prevent lens fogging, and which one I use is dependent on how cold it is in my studio. If it's absolutely bitter cold in your VR play space, the first little hack you can use is to heat up the VR headset lenses with a cheap heating element. And I just use a basic electric heater to blow warm air across, not directly onto, but across the lenses. This brings the inside of the headset closer to the temperature of my face and breath so that when I put the headset on, condensation doesn't occur. The caution here is don't let your lenses get roasting hot, just a minute of light heat will do the trick. Secondly, if your play space isn't bitter cold, you can literally just breathe through your mouth for the first 5 or so minutes of gameplay so that your nose doesn't blow warm air onto your cold lenses and cause condensation. If, however, you do get lens fogging for whatever reason, you can just use the microfiber cloths I covered earlier to easily remove the condensation without issue. Simple. You can also get anti-fog wipes or spray like divers use to prevent fogging, but honestly, it's just not necessary. And if I don't have to use a chemical on my VR headset lenses, I won't. And that's that. In addition, there are a couple of tips you really need to know to ensure your VR headset lenses are taken care of. First, don't let natural light get to them where possible and within reason. Fresnel lenses do not like direct sunlight, and exposing them to that is the fastest way you'll find to destroy your VR headset lenses. And if you want to be proactively smart about it, you can pick up one of these lens dust covers, which will not only protect your VR headset lenses from direct sunlight, but also dust particles that may interfere with your next VR session. And I've put a link in the description below to a soft, safe, scratch-free dust protector that you can use. Just make sure you cut a hole for the sensor, otherwise your headset will stay on the entire time it's sitting there instead of being in rest mode, which is a particular pain if you have an Oculus Quest and the battery gets drained to death while it's not in use. You can get glass protectors, which people use for watches that stick to your lenses, but these are not necessary at all if you follow the steps in this video, and they can slightly reduce the quality of the image you'll see while in VR anyway. And finally, when storing your headset, either use the box it came in, or if you want to hang the headset on a wall, make sure it is facing lenses down so no dust settles on the headset's lenses, or do what I do and just set it flat on a desktop. Now you're good to go and take good care of your VR headset. And that's it for this tutorial. You can help support this channel by grabbing exclusive rewards on Patreon, and if you like this video, then crush that like button, have your say in the comments below, and hit the EXO logo to subscribe if you wanna. I'll see you in the next one. Peace!